So to start off with this video, I want to start off with a big long-term view that I'm seeing here. This is the long-term view in the Dow Jones and the markets. And I want to really start off by really analyzing and showing you here and the proper way you should be thinking about your trading, what's going on right now, what's probably likely to come, but in the best way to position yourself over the next 6 months from that there. Plus also going to be looking at gold and silver and the mining stocks right now. Some really big mistakes that I'm seeing with a lot of traders here right now. So guys, quick disclaimer, and then we're going to get straight into it. Hey traders, just a quick heads up. I'm actually giving away free access to my mastery trading course for a limited time. If you go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be the first link in the description. The fact is that 80 to 90% of the stuff that you learn or you use on these trading platforms is a complete waste of time. And only about 5 to 10% of the stuff that you actually learn and use is going to move the needle in the positive direction for you. And that's over the last 20 years, I've put everything that has helped me move the needle in the positive direction in this here, and I've left everything else out. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now and grab complete free access to this mastery trading course. Alrighty traders, so the Dow Jones right now, okay, as you can see, look at this long-term chart here. And one of the things I want you to be thinking about here is this. As we go through the swings that this market is going to give us, okay, we're in a very big bull phase right now for the last couple of, let's actually bring this up to here. Right, so this is obviously, we're ever since the bottom here, right? So what is that? For the last 3.5 months, we've had a very big bull phase, okay? Dow Jones has been going up, NASDAQ has been going up and still ramping to the upside. It's actually starting to get a little bit weaker here, right? That's the NASDAQ 100. We've got the NASDAQ Composite, the S&P 500. They're all been having very big vertical moves to the upside, okay? So we see that through there. But I want you to be thinking about this level here, okay? I want you to be thinking about how do I position myself to capture the next big move? How do I position myself to capture the next big move? Now, if I see the stock market having a bit of a correction, which I do see coming soon, okay? Now, big mistake that I'm seeing a lot of traders making is they're hearing what I say just there. I'm seeing a correction coming soon. That soon simply means, is it gonna be today? Is it gonna be a week from now? I don't know, but it's coming up so we can prepare for what's coming up. We just don't know the exact timing of things. So people are shorting right now a very big bull market. That is the worst thing to do, okay? So, and if you just look, people are shorting bull markets right now. Look at the S&P 500 here as an example over the last 2 years. What was the best type of trading that you could do over the last 2 years? Was it A, trying to go against the trend, against it, picking tops? Meanwhile, that means that you actually got the top, which is 99% not going to happen. Or is it B, trying to go with the market and trying to jump on this big move here, this big move here, this big move here, this big move here, this big move here? You see what I'm saying here, right? So I want you to be thinking, I'm seeing some traders right now that are actually shorting right now because they think the market is going to go down. Let me short right now so I can take advantage of that. And that is simply the wrong approach, okay? And if you are right, you're only going to be right as small profit. Do not be trying to pick tops in markets. If you're right, you're going to be right small amounts. And if you're wrong, you're going to have a big loss. Don't trade like that. Trade with the market. So go long down here. Wait for a good correction. Go long. See what I'm saying here, right? Go with the market. So would you rather A, get into the market and have the potential making a small profit and it may or may not work out? Or would you B, rather position yourself for the next potential big move and have a much more higher win-loss ratio? Obviously B, right? So how does B work out here? B works out here when we look at a chart like this here, right? And if I look at this is the Dow Jones chart. Now this is the Dow Jones monthly chart. This is a logarithmic chart. And we're seeing the long-term chart here. So if we looked at the last 10 years, was it A, trying to short the market that made you the most amount of money? Or was it B, going with the market? Going with the market. So because the trend is your friend until the end, we go with that trend, with the trend. Now, there's that saying there, the trend is your friend until the end, but understanding the timing of getting into that trend is your friend. The trend is your friend until the end, but the timing of that trend is your friend until the end. Now, what do I mean by that? In every bull market, we see the market go up, okay? Market goes up, then we have a pullback. Go up, pullback, up, pullback, up, pullback. This is a monthly chart, by the way. This is how all markets work. Now, every now and then we will go into a parabolic phase like we saw back through here, okay? That will happen. But what we want to see is this is what's going on right now. So the best types of trading is, yes, one, the trend is your friend until the end. So go with that. Whatever market you're looking at, go with that trend. But secondly, the timing of that. See, I'm seeing a lot of traders trading with the trend until the end, but their timing is off. So if we look at this level here, the market goes up and then we have the pullback and we go up and we have the pullback and we go up and so on and so forth. What I'm seeing right now when it comes to the stock market is they're like, yeah, I'm going to go long the stock market. So they're actually, I'm seeing two different types of traders right now when it comes to the stock market. Okay. The first trader is I'm saying, well, people are starting to go long right now on the NASDAQ, but the timing is off. We've already been going up for 3 months. Now you're starting to get in here. There's a high probability we're going to go through a drop. Then the market drops, you get stopped out. This is the time to start to look to buy because you're going with the trend, but the timing of your entries is important when the trend is your friend until the end, but the timing of that. The timing is wait for the drop first so we can then start that next big move up. Wait for the drop first. If the market's been going up for a few months, aka the stock market has, then what we want to do is we want to say, okay, right, I want to be part of this bull phase, which, by the way, most traders weren't thinking that a month ago. See how what traders do is they go with the market, right? Which means if the market's down 20%, oh my goodness, I'm going to go short the stock market because it's down 20%. Wrong idea, right? Oh my goodness, the market's been going up for 3 months. Let me go long now. Wrong idea. 90% of traders are going to continue to get this wrong because that's what they do, okay? Now, a few percent of you guys are going to start to get this, right? Yes, the trend is your friend, but wait for the drop first, right? As you can see, it's through these arrows here that we're going to give you the best buying opportunities to ride the next wave up. So what I'm seeing right now is, yes, we're in the overall, this is the long-term monthly chart, okay, on here. And yes, we're probably going to continue up from here, but we will go, well, as the market, this is a monthly chart here, and as we see on the daily charts, this is a daily chart here. And I'll just bring on a daily, let's bring on this chart here, right? So this is daily charts here, Dow Jones, and we see the NASDAQ. Yes, we will go through a correction. Now, here's the thing here. How are you trading the markets? I say there's going to be a correction coming soon. So people are trying to short a bull market now. You know, that's the worst thing to do, right? Thinking that you know where the exact top's going to be. When I say there's going to be a drop coming soon, what am I saying here? I'm saying within the next few weeks. I don't know. No one knows when the top's going to be in. But I'm alerting you to just fundamental basics of market go up and market pull back. Market go up, market go sideways. Market go up, market either going to go sideways or we're going to get a good correction here. Either way, we're getting towards the end of that move. And I always call the moves like a petrol tank, like a fuel tank, right? Where this is 0 down here, or sorry, this is 100, or let's just say this is the start of the move, and this is 100. 100 means like, you know, you're almost empty, right? So this is 100 before we start to go through this level here. What I'm seeing a lot of, well, actually, I'm seeing diverse traders now. One, I'm seeing people short the market right now. Big bad idea because it may continue on for another few weeks, right? Secondly, I'm seeing people go long right now. Big bad idea because it may be wrong here, right? And if you are going long right now, when it comes to the scale of 0 to 100, before we start to see good pullback, I reckon right now we're at about that 90+% level. So people that are going long right now in the stock market, guess what? They're now trying to capitalize on that little extra move, or they think, this is a bad idea, they think the market's just going to keep going up without, and I actually heard this from someone recently, the market's going to keep going up. It's going to have little pullbacks, but it's not going to pull back that much. So it's just going to keep going up. And I'm like, right, where did you learn that from? Well, I watched this guy on YouTube, right? All I'm saying, guys, is look at what the markets do, right? The markets do have good pullbacks. Good pullbacks, right? Now, pullback is just simply against the trend, okay? So the smartest idea, the smart traders right now are what? Smart traders are waiting for the next couple of months, and if we do get a really good pullback over the next couple of months, then they're buying here. Why? Because then that's the opportunity that now it's actually had the refueling phase to go for another big move, right? So all I'm encouraging you guys to do is, and this is hard because I know you want to place a trade today, right? Like, well, the market's going to go down now. There's an opportunity for me to make money. I'm going to go short the market. And you short the market and you lose money, right? That's really bad approach when it comes to trading the markets there, right? So we don't want to be going down that path, right? The best way to trade a big bull market is identify a big bull market, correct step. Secondly, wait for a good correction in that big bull market, a 5%, a 10% correction, and then look to get in around those levels, because then you have a high probability of capturing the next big move, the next big move, the next big move, the next big move. See what I'm saying here, right? That's when, because when the market goes up and it pulls back, we're refueling again to go for the next big move. Coming back, refueling, go to the next big move. What a lot of traders are doing is they will start to enter through here. The market will go down. They will get stopped out through here because the market went against them, and then the market keeps going up. So going short right now, very bad idea, the stock market, because we still may have more upside to come. Going long right now is a very bad idea because it's already been made a big move. You may be right, but it's still, doing that right now in the market today is a really bad idea. The best idea is to do nothing. Now, I know a lot of you traders, you're like, John, do nothing? It's like, okay, do you want to make a big profit in one trade, or do you want to make life hard for yourself? The big profit simply means, and how I personally trade, right, is this. I step back and I'm waiting for the next couple of months. Now, I'm not just sitting doing nothing, right? I'm in trades right now. I'm looking at silver. I'm looking at gold. I'm looking at individual stocks, right? But when it comes to this individual stocky market, the individual stocky market and the actual indices, NASDAQ, Dow, right? Guess what? I'm waiting for that correction because I do see, here's the NASDAQ composite, for example. I do see that one will likely get a bit of a correction, but we are in a very big bull market. So let's wait for one of these guys first so we can have the here. I'm seeing probably a 5 or 10% correction coming soon, and then we're likely to see a big rally. So as you can see, right, we need that. Remember, the pullback or the sideways is the refueling phase. We need to refuel a little bit. When the market goes up, we're using a lot of fuel. Then we go sideways. This is the time you want to start to look to get into it. And then we make the big move up, right? So we want to make sure we're getting into that level from there. And again, same for the S&P 500. This is the S&P 500. Very big bull market. Yes, this is a monthly chart. So over the next few months, we're probably likely to see this here, right? We're probably likely to see maybe August, then September, then October, November, December. Right now, no, I don't believe it's going to get to 10,000, by the way. But I'm just trying to show you, trying to show you guys the best way to think about it, right? The best way to think about it, and the best way to think about it Now, the best way to think about, well, the best way that I have found to be the best way to trade is instead of trying to go long right now and make a small profit on the next week, or instead of trying to go short right now and try to pick a top, which is a bad idea because that's you are at least 80% of the time you're going to be wrong, and the 20% of the time you're going to be right, you're only going to make a small profit. Bad way to approach the market that way, right? I would rather sit back and not do anything for 2 months, put on one big position in 2 months time frame, hold it for 2 or 3 months and make a really big profit. And I made so much more money and so much more profit on that one trade than you did trying to trade every single day. In fact, if you are trading the every single day, day trading, intraday trading, I guarantee you this market is absolutely ripping you apart right now. Absolutely ripping you apart right now. I promise you that. And this is where, like, when it comes to me and my coaching program, right? I have a coaching program and I have a group called the 1% group. And the 1% group is because we go through the foundations of strategies, and most of those people in that small group are part of the 1% of all traders around the world. The results they're getting and what they're doing right now, they're part of the 1%. If you'd like to join that group and have a good chat with me to see if I can help you out there, and if you have been struggling this year, then that second link in the description there, guys, click on that. That takes you to an application form. You'll be personally having a good chat with me. And what I'll do is I'll talk to you, have a good chat with you, and then we can actually, and then we'll see where we can go from there. And if I can help you out, I can help you out. But if you do need some help around the proper thinking, right? You might have the wrong thinking, the wrong foundations, the wrong approaches. Don't even actually have a good strategy, right? Where do you actually get into a good trade? What does a good trade look like? When do you get in? When do you get out? All these different things. How do you manage your emotions while being in a really big trade? All these different things I'm talking about here right now. If this resonates with you, then book a call with me, guys, and I'll see if I can sort of help you out and put you on the right place at that level from there. So this is what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm looking at here when it comes to the good old stock market. Now, the big thing I'm seeing right now is let's actually start off with silver here. The one thing I'm noticing with silver, and let me actually bring up this chart here with silver. And one thing I'm noticing here with this is the silver market, is silver is really starting to gain a lot of momentum around here. It is really starting to gain a lot of momentum. And as you can see here, right, that we did nothing through here for quite some time. We broke up, we ran sideways, we broke up a little sideways, and now we're actually picking up through here. So this is really starting to pick up some steam now. Really for the last 5 years, right, last 4 or 5 years, it's really been doing nothing, as you can see through here. Really hasn't been doing much through here. So as we've been doing nothing and not much through here, and as you can see, we're stair-stepping up in this phase through here, right? As you can see that through there. Now, one of the really big things that I really wanted to sort of coach you and guide you down the path here is of the best trades for me is when the market hasn't been doing much for a while. That's called the refueling phase. And so now we can see what's happening with silver. This is now silver weekly charts. We're really starting to break out, and now we're starting to make some headway here. And it looks like to me, this is the silver actual chart. Let me bring on the SLV. This is the one that I'm actually in right now. I've been in it now for a bit of time. Silver, the SLV has actually broken out through here. So we may have a little resistance up here where it's getting to right now. So we may get a little bit of a pausing motion, as you can see on this SLV price. So that's that point through there. And that's that point we did actually break that level there. We do have a little bit of short-term resistance all through here, as you can see, right? And so what that looks like there, if we go look at the daily charts now with all the moving averages, and I bring on this here, we probably have a little bit move to the upside, but it may pause there. If it doesn't pause there, meaning like that's that level through there, and we're starting to slowly make our way up to that level there now. And we can see what's happening here with silver. Silver's having a really big breakout, right? As you can see, that's that level through there. Now, if silver doesn't hold here, if silver breaks through that pretty strongly, then it looks like silver's going to have a bit of a vacuum up towards this level up here around the 42 level. And again, if I bring on my charts through here, right, and I bring this up through here, if this starts to really move, we could start to see silver go like start to have a really big move to the upside, right? Now, I want to put a big caveat on what I just said here. I'm talking about silver here right now, okay, guys? I'm not talking about the silver mining sector. One of the biggest mistakes I'm seeing in people right now is they're saying, oh, silver's going to go. So therefore, the silver mining sector is going to go. So therefore, let me go buy AG. AG. You see what I'm doing here? Don't ever do that. That's the wrong thing. If I see, I'm looking at silver right now, and I'm making my analysis on silver. If you have analysis on silver and you have an idea or really sort of a strategy around a pattern that you trade and it appears on silver, trade silver. Silver going up doesn't mean AG is going to go up. In fact, if you look at what's been happening here since 2025, silver has been in a very nice big tear to the upside. If I go look at AG's basically been doing nothing, and now it's just starting to break out. And it's really been actually struggling big time, isn't it? In fact, if you look at that through there since 2024, basically been doing nothing. If we bring on the silver price, since 2024, we've been in a very big, strong upward trend. So they are different markets. They look different. So they're not the same. Just because silver's going to go up doesn't mean AG is going to go up. Okay? If you're going to trade AG, firstly, have a trading system. Why don't most of you guys that are trading right now, you're not using trading systems? Why? You're using thoughts. Well, I think it's going to go, I better get in. Don't do that. Do you actually want to be part of the 1%? Right? Do you want to be part of the 1% like me with my coaching program? Again, guys, you can apply for that. First, the second link in the description there. But do you actually want to be part of the 1% who actually do really well? We need to start developing the habits. What is the habit from there? The habit is I need to have some sort of strategy. You approach the market like, oh, I've got to get in now. Like I know this is going to go up. Like that there is not a long-term successful strategy. You may be right every now and then, but that's not a long-term edge, right? We want an edge that we can rely on every day to give us that long-term edge. So let's look at this one here when it comes down to gold here. Gold right now is really giving us this movement through here. And if I go to the gold chart, right, as you can see, gold is now doing the same thing it's been doing. It's the repetitive pattern right now when it comes to gold. And this gold weekly chart is sideways, sideways, sideways. Now we're going sideways, right? So, and as you can see, remember I said at the start of the video that you wait for these pullbacks first. You wait for these things. That's what you want to do, right? You want to wait for these things. Wait for these Dubalackis here. Now that's hard if you want to trade every day. And if you have a hard problem waiting a week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 months for another really good opportunity, now you're in the camp of you're probably not going to make a lot of money, right? I would rather wait. If I had to trade all through here, even with gold right now, 1, I'm getting chopped up. 2, I'm making small profits, okay losses, big losses. Like I'm all over the place, right? If I was doing that. Or B, right, I can just wait 3 months, jump in a big trade, and have the next big 2-3 month move and ride that. And I could be in one trade, and that could be one trade over the space of a course of a 3 to 6 month period, make a really big profit, and there was no stress. That's the way that I trade anyway, and that's what's really helped me as well too. I want you to be thinking about your own trading, and I want you to be thinking about how do I get ready for that next big move? Same with the stock market, right? How do I get ready for that next big move? Bit of a tip for you guys, okay? Big moves don't come after the market has already made big moves. We have a big move up, and then we have a pullback, and then we have a big move up, and then we have a pullback, and we have a big move up, right? So for you guys that are going long the stock market right now, look at what the market does. This is foundations here. So the best way to approach the market is when the market's in a very big bull market, wait for some sort of a correction. And this could be 1-2 months worth of sideways. And then this is the time you want to be getting in to try to capture that next big move. Next big move, next big move, next big move from here. And you want to be getting in where? You want to be getting in down here, getting in down here, getting in down here. Same for this level here, right? Moving average comes up, getting in here, because then we can start to see the next move. That's what I'm doing with gold, right? I'm waiting for that next big move because I do know that me waiting for that on gold guess what? That one really good trade can make me so much money because I'm being patient, waiting for that next thing to kick in the gear, which is that next big move. I'm not. This is right now. Right now is the worst time to try to trade gold because these are what's called time phases. These are time phases. Box is where we get a lot of volatility. Wait for the next breakout. Wait for the next move to start. That's going to give you the best probability of jumping in on that next big move.